Taking it slow is the name of the game this evening. Here's a live look from the mobile weather lab in downtown Minneapolis. The combination of wind and heavy wet snow is proving to be a frustrating scenario for drivers. The steady snowfall across the South Metro has caused several backups and crashes from the Twin Cities and farther south. Metro Transit says 75% of its buses are running behind schedule.
There's no relief for people flying either. All of the runways are closed at MSP International right now. The airport tells us they hope to reopen one of them by 6:30 this evening. We have team coverage of the winter storm with reporters in Northfield and in the Twin Cities, but we want to begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Shaffer in the Weather Center. What a day.
Frank, I'll tell you what, it's our biggest storm so far this season. Of course, kids loved their snow day today, but I don't think the word love comes to mind with commuters. Still coming down across the metro area, these darker shades of kind of purple and dark blue you see, those are the heavy bands of snow that will continue actually for the next several hours at least here in the Twin Cities. Finally starting to see some thinning in parts of southern Minnesota, and that cutoff to the north has been very sharp and steady all day long, with some towns just on the other side getting nothing. Take a look at some of these updated snow totals. We talked about the possibility of 1.5 feet of snow. On their way in Northfield and Waterville, 16 inches, 14.5 in Faribault. Goodhue, 14. I've seen 7 inches and 8 inches, and even in parts of Edina. The bigger problem right now is the wind is so strong. It is coming from the north, gusting at times over 20 to 35 miles per hour, so visibility is down to 0. That's why we will have this winter storm warning and even the blizzard warning continuing until midnight tonight. I'll let you know when the snow finally tapers off and pulls out of here and what we can expect for the rest of the work week, guys. Coming up.
My goodness. All right.
Thank you, Chris. West of the Twin Cities, the conditions are so bad that the plows have been taken off the road. The McLeod County Highway Department says that the weather is getting worse, so the plows will not be back out until 3 in the morning. MnDOT has also closed I-35 from Faribault to Owatonna. It is warning of several crashes and dangerous conditions on that 16-mile stretch of highway. Angela Davis experienced that tough commute. She's in Northfield this evening, and she joins us now. And Angela, Chris just said that you got 16 inches there in Northfield.
Yes, it is. It's amazing. You know, today was definitely one of the most stressful drives I've experienced during winter weather here in Minnesota. Photographer Melissa Martz and I, we left downtown Minneapolis around 11 this morning, headed south on 35W. And along the way, saw lots of cars and trucks and ditches. We saw a huge tow truck that was stranded in the median, all while the visibility got worse and more snow continued to pile up. Gusts of wind sent snow flying sideways, sticking to trees and signs along the highway. The blowing snow also sent people into defensive driving mode. In Northfield, mail carrier Carl Nelson had to call it quits early.
Conditions weren't that bad until about 2 hours ago when the visibility just dropped down to almost nothing. I thought I could maybe do the route up until about noon, and then I decided it was just too unsafe to be on the roads.
Nelson's last stop was a hotel where other drivers abandoned their plans for the day too, after icy road conditions made it too difficult and dangerous to continue.
It's so icy, they're sliding off the roads. We're hearing that the plows have been taken off the roads. The visibility, you can barely see in front of you. Yeah, they're just really bad.
Truck drivers hauling loads spent some extra time at the rest stop in Elko New Market. Elmer Mason has to drive all the way down to Iowa tonight.
If it gets bad, I'll park. I won't try to drive in real bad weather because it's just not worth it.
And I agree with Elmer. Now, this hotel here in Northfield has had so many drivers abandon their plans that they are now booked for the night. They're sold out of rooms. And also, we should note that today, Governor Mark Dayton, he issued an executive order that will open up the National Guard Armory in Owatonna to stranded drivers who are looking for shelter because they just cannot continue with the drive. And Amelia and Frank, I want to show you something right over the my shoulder. That little silver SUV there, that's our WCCO vehicle. There's the 16 inches of snow that we are seeing here in Northfield, and lots of vehicles here. We've seen them stuck in the parking lot as people have tried to kind of come in and go out. The restaurants nearby are all closed, so it's going to be a long night. But we are off the road for the night to listening to other people's stories and getting more stories from folks.
All right. Well, stay put and stay warm, Angela. Thank you.